my guest very, very soon. So I do not want you to go anywhere. Just listen to this song and I will be right. So stay tuned. us about everything that we need to know. He's going to break it down to the level that you will understand. And if you do not have insurance already, this might be the time for you to grab one. So, without wasting much time, I would love to bring in my guest in the studio. So good morning to you. I would love for you to introduce yourself to my audience. Who do we have in the studios this morning? Thank you. Leonard Kojo AMOAH is the name. And who are you and what do you do and where are you from? We want to know all the gist about you. Tell us, who is Leonard Kojo AMOAH?
Leonard Kojo AMOAH, I'm also from Ghana.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm from place called Asinja.
Yes.
Where
Mm-hmm.
So I was born there. I grew up in Asinja.
Oh, sorry. They said they can't hear you. So sorry about that. Let's start quickly. Yeah. So I said good morning and welcome to the show. Who are we speaking with this morning and who is Leonard Kojo AMOAH?
Good morning. My name is Leonard Kojo AMOAH.
Yes.
I'm from Asinja, so in the central region. Asin Central constituency, where I'm a worker with the family.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in Asinja. I attended Asinja secondary school. Now Obuye Boys Secondary School.
Okay.
And then I continued from Kumasi Secondary School, where I had my O-level education.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to my secondary school, where I did my sixth form. After that, I went to the University of April, UCC. I did BA Population and Family Life Education.
Yeah.
Then I came to UK. So here I did postgraduate diploma in business administration,
Mm-hmm.
Leicester University, and then masters in business administration, MBA,
Yeah.
Roehampton University, Southwest of London. And then after that, I've joined the insurance industry. So I'm an insurance advisor now.
Yes. Thank you so much. So now you are an insurance advisor. Give me a moment. I think they say technical difficulty. They can't hear you well. So I will continue to play the song and come back in a minute and check everything is okay with your microphone. So let's go back and see what we can do. We are not happy. So, Mr. Kojo AMOAH, as an insurance advisor, we want to understand what is the meaning of insurance.
Okay. Okay, I'll define insurance as an arrangement by which a company or the state undertakes to provide a guarantee of compensation for specified loss, damage.
Come close a little bit.
Okay,
so we can speak in the microphone.
Okay, so I'll take it this way. An insurance is an arrangement by which a company or the state undertakes to provide a guarantee of compensation for specified loss, damage, illness, or death in return for payment of a specified premium. So what it means is that a company or the state can come out with a program that pay us a premium, and when you suffer a loss or damage or death, then we pay you a compensation. So you can insure your car, you can insure your house, you can insure yourself, you can insure your job. Anything that you think when you lose it, it can affect you, you can insure it. So that when in an eventuality, let's say in future, if something should happen to that thing, then the compensation comes in. That is what insurance means.
Beautiful. So anything that you think, if you lose it, can affect you, your life, your family, your children, everything around you, you need to insure that thing.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So when you talk about insurance, do we have different types of insurance?
Yes, we have numerous types of insurance. For instance, we have car insurance, we have home insurance, we have mobile phone insurance, we have pet insurance, we have personal insurance, we have business insurance. So insurance cuts across so many sectors. So if we talk about the personal insurance, we are talking about life insurance, critical illness cover, income protection, accident protection. But anything that you think when I lose this thing, it's going to affect me, you can insure it. So you can insure your vehicle, you can insure your television, you can insure your mobile phone, anything that you can lose or something can happen to it, you can insure it.
Okay, so you can insure anything. So when you were talking, you said something about premium.
Yes.
What is it and how does it work?
Okay. When you have this arrangement with a company or the state, like I want this compensation if something should happen to me or something should happen to my vehicle or something should happen to my business. You go through that arrangement and then they ask you to pay something. The amount that you are paying monthly is what we call premium.
Okay.
So it's like when you go to church, you pay your tithe every month or you give your offering. So in the same vein, insurance premium is the amount that you are paying to the insurance company that in an event they will compensate you a lump sum of money. Yes.
Okay. So after the premium, what else?
Okay, so what keeps your policy running is the payment of your premium.
Okay.
Now, you had an arrangement with the insurance company that I want to insure my car. So you have an arrangement. It's okay, if something should happen to your car, we make sure that you get a new car back or your car is fixed. Give us this money every month. So a direct debit is set. Then maybe you are paying £20 a month. Your duty is to pay this money every month.
Yes.
So once you are paying this money every month, the insurance is running. But if you decide to stop payment, then your policy will lapse. So what keeps the policy running is the payment of your premium. Once you are paying your premium, if something should happen, they will have to compensate you.
Okay, so that's what goes into the policy.
Yes.
Okay. And what does accident policy cover?
Okay. Now, when we have to talk about the personal policies.
Yes.
So like, for instance, we have life insurance, we have critical illness cover, income protection, accident protection, private medical insurance, and home insurance. Now, you ask accident protection.
Yes.
Now, accident protection is a policy that you are taking to protect yourself and your children, that in case you have an injury or you are involved in an accident and something happens to you, then the insurance pays you. Okay. So that is accident protection. It's mainly about injuries, and also if you were admitted to a hospital in UK. I mean, for UK setting,
that's right.
If you are admitted in the hospital and you spend maybe 5 days, 10 days, when you are discharged, they will pay you for the number of days that you spend in a hospital bed in UK.
Okay, so therefore, what is personal insurance? Okay,
when we talk of personal insurance, we are referring to insurance that relates to you. Okay, like when we talk of car insurance is about your car, but life insurance is about yourself. So when we talk of the personal insurance, we are talking about life insurance, critical illness cover, income protection, accident protection, private medical insurance. So these are personal insurance. It relates to you, like income protection. So I will explain them how they work. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. So now we want to understand a little bit more. Can anyone get insurance?
Yes, anybody can get insurance, and
Mm-hmm.
and I would say insurance is very, very important in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important. I mean, imagine that you have a car and the car is involved in an accident and you don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to fix your car, or how are you going to get a car back? If you have insurance on the car, then the insurance gives you money to buy a new car.
Yes.
I mean, last year, if you remember, there was a fire outbreak in Kent, in UK here. I mean, there were about over 10 houses that got burnt.
Yeah.
Imagine the homeowners of these houses do not have insurance.
Yeah.
How are they going to build these houses? So if you have insurance, then the insurance will build your houses for you.
Mm-hmm.
So insurance is very, very important. Anyone can have insurance. Once you are ready for it, anyone. Just that some people have some misconceptions about insurance. That is why people refuse to do insurance.
Yes.
But I would say anybody can have insurance. For me, when it comes to the personal insurance, I'm able to do policy for everyone, even those who have existing medical conditions. I have providers who do such policies for them.
Okay. Why do we need insurance brokers, consultants, advisors like yourself to do our insurance for us? Can't we do it on our own?
Good. That's a good question. I mean, you can go online and do life insurance, but you ask yourself, why do you think the companies are paying us or paying me to come to you and do insurance for you? Because they want you to get it right.
Yes.
Okay? Because insurance is technical. I mean, when you are sick, you go to your GP. When your car breaks down, you go to the mechanic.
Yeah.
When you have a case, you see a lawyer. So why is that when you want to do insurance, you want to do it on your own?
Yeah.
There are so many terminologies and technicalities in insurance. You may do the wrong policy.
Yeah.
So what the insurance companies are doing is that they don't want their reputation to be soiled. Because if, let's say you took a policy with Aviva, and something happens and Aviva doesn't pay you, you are going to talk about Aviva. Don't buy policies from Aviva, or don't buy policy from LNG.
Yeah, negative feedback.
Exactly. So they want an advisor, someone who understands insurance, to come to you and do the policy for you.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you went online and you took the policy. You see, we are submitting thousands of applications every day. They cannot go through all the policies. So if there's something wrong with your policy, and you may not know, and they too wouldn't know, but when something happens and you want to make a claim, they will go through the application again.
Yeah.
So if you got something wrong, they will not compensate you, they will not pay you. And that one will go against their name, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they want somebody like me to come to you so that I will explain the policy to you, that look, you don't need this policy, or you don't qualify for this policy. But I've come across people who have taken policies that I will tell them, your policy will not pay out because you were having this medical condition, and when you were doing the policy, you didn't disclose it.
Yeah.
When something happens, I mean, if you took a life policy, or let's say income protection, and anytime you want to make a claim, they'll go back to your GP for your medical report.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to explain a little bit about medical disclosure.
Yeah.
What exactly is it and what does it do?
Okay. When it comes to the personal policies, like life insurance, critical illness cover, income protection, when we are doing these policies, we have to ask you medical questions, and you have to be honest. So we ask you of your weight, your height, do you have blood pressure, cholesterol, and we go through all health questions. I mean, the questions have been divided into 5 areas.
Yes.
We have your health ever. Then we ask you your health in the last 5 years, your health in the last 2 years, your health in the last year, and then your health in the last 3 months.
Okay.
Now, so we will ask you questions in these areas. So if I ask you, have you ever had stroke or cancer before, diabetes? And all these questions are structured. Now, the health ever, most of the time, I mean, about 80% of them, if you say yes, you are not likely to get a policy.
Yeah.
About 80% of them, or 70 to 80.
Yes.
But some of them, you will still get a policy. So if, let's say, you had cancer, and when I asked you that question, you said no. we will finish the policy all right, but then when something happens, they will not pay out. So medical disclosure is answering the question that we are asking you.
Okay.
I mean, when I'm coming to you, I have my scale and my tape. But I have to take your weight and your height. Because your weight and your height can affect your premium. I mean, if I do a quote for you, let's say you are paying £20 a month.
Yeah.
And then before we do the application, I'll ask you to stand on my scale. I'll take your weight and height. Your BMI, if your BMI is high, it will increase your premium. And I've gone to people where they couldn't get a policy because their BMI was huge. Okay. So if you don't answer, or if I didn't put in the right information, or even if I was doing it with, if we're doing it on Zoom, and you didn't tell me the right weight, when something happens, they will not pay. So medical disclosure is answering the question. We ask you so many questions about your health, and sometimes we even go to your family, your parents. So you have to answer them. That is medical disclosure.
That is medical disclosure. Thank you so much for explaining that beautifully to us. And there is another one that they call level cover and decrease cover.
Decreasing cover.
What is that?
Okay. Now, let me explain these policies, then I'll come to the level cover.
Absolutely.
Okay, so personal policy, this is my area, personal insurance and home insurance.
Absolutely. So take us there.
Okay, so number one, we have life insurance.
Yes.
Life insurance is a policy that, as a parent, you undertake. And then when you die, they give the money to your family or those who depend on you or your children. Now, there are two main conditions that they will use to pay life insurance. Number one is death. So if you took a life policy and you pass away, they pay your family the lump sum that you agreed on. Maybe you decided to do £100,000. If you pass away, they will pay the £100,000. Another condition that they will use to pay your life insurance is terminal illness.
Okay.
Now, if someone is diagnosed of having terminal illness, the person is likely to die. But sometimes they can be there for 2, 3, 4, 5 years before they die. Now, if you have terminal illness and the doctors say that you have within 12 months to die or less than 1 year you will die, they will pay your life insurance. So life insurance is to give your family a lump sum of money after you pass away. Okay, then we have critical illness cover. Critical illness cover is in case you are diagnosed of a critical illness like stroke, cancer, kidney failure, liver failure, they give you the money. We have income protection. Income protection is whereby you are sick or you had an accident, you are not working, then the insurance pays you every month. That is income protection. Then we have accident protection is when you get injury, then they pay you for the injury that you had. Then we have private medical insurance. Private medical insurance is to take care of the cost of private health. I mean, we have the NHS in UK, but then you can decide not to go through the NHS. You want to seek private medical, private doctor or private hospital. Then private medical insurance, takes care of that cost. You also have home insurance. We have building insurance, content insurance. Building insurance is to insure your house in case there's fire outbreak or something happens to your house, then the insurance comes in to rebuild for you. And then content insurance is to insure the content in the house. So in case something happens to the content, the insurance comes in to compensate you. Okay, now you asked question about level term insurance. Okay, now when we come to the life insurance, we have level term assurance, we have increasing, and then we have decreasing. When we say level term policy or level term assurance, it means if you decide to do £100,000 for, let's say, 20-year term, anytime you pass away, they will pay the £100,000. It's level cover. So you start with 100,000. Anytime they are making payment, they will pay the 100,000. So it doesn't matter when the death occurred. Even if you pass away 2 years after the policy, they will still pay the £100,000. That is level cover. Then we have decreasing. Decreasing one, the lump sum that you started, if they are to make a payment, it will not be the same amount. So decreasing cover is usually used to protect your mortgage for, let's say, repayment mortgage. Now, this is how mortgage works. You want to buy a house, you don't have, let's say, somebody is selling their house, and the house is £200,000. You don't have £200,000. Let's say you have £40,000.
Yeah.
So you go to a bank or a mortgage provider,
Mm-hmm.
and then they give you the remaining amount.
Yeah.
They pay the house for you, so you owe them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so that is how mortgage works. They calculate the interest on the loan that they've given to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then they start charging you. Now, the debt on the mortgage is coming down each year
Yeah.
if you do the repayment one. So when you do a decreasing cover insurance to protect the mortgage, what it means is that in an event where you pass away, maybe 5 years along the line,
Mm-hmm.
you pass away. In this country, when you die, you don't die with your debt.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you are dead, you still have to pay your debt.
Yes.
So your life insurance that you took, the insurance will come in and ask how much is left on the mortgage.
Yeah.
Then they come and pay their standing debt.
Mm-hmm.
So decreasing cover, even though you started with £200,000, when they are making payment, they may pay £100,000 or even £10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have another one which is called increasing cover.
Yeah.
That one you start with, let's say, £100,000, and the lump sum will be going up each year.
Yeah.
So that one goes up in line with inflation. I mean, you want to maintain the value of your money.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming you took £200,000 today, and £200,000 is able to buy, let's say, is able to buy 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
What your intention is that in 20 years' time, if you should pass away, the money that your family should get, it should be able to buy the same 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
So you started with £200,000. Each year, in line with inflation, your lump sum will go up,
Yeah.
and then your premium will be going up. So anytime you should die, the money can still buy the house that you could buy right now. So that is why you have increasing cover.
It's so scary for you to say anytime you should die.
Because
Oh my
what
goodness.
as for life insurance, I mean,
Yes.
okay, I say if you should pass away.
Oh my God. No one wants to go like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is good that you prepare
Yeah.
and just so you will leave your loved ones with no debt on their shoulders.
Yeah.
So just so they will be happy even though you are gone, they will remember you and say, ah well, he left us with something or she left us with something. That is a good one. Thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all my Facebook and YouTube listeners. Thank you so much for all who have joined us. Adelaide AMOAH is giving you 5 for being here. Thank you so much, Adelaide AMOAH. We are grateful for your time this morning. And also, Lucy Boabin Lucy says that, good morning, Queen. Bravo, Leon. She is giving us thumbs up. Thank you so much, and good morning to you as well, Lucy Boabin. Also, we would love to send to you our numbers, as always, is 0203 7358820. You can also call 0203 2860185 or WhatsApp 0778 79399958. Bring in your comments. You can call the phone lines and you will get to speak with Leonard. He is here to answer all your questions. So do not hesitate to bring in your questions. As we are waiting for their questions, Leonard, I would love for you to explain this terminology for me as well. In life insurance, there is another one that they call whole of life and term assurance.
Okay, good. So so when it comes to life insurance, we have 2 main categories of life insurance.
Yeah.
The first one is whole of life. And then we have another one called term assurance.
Yeah.
Now let's deal with the whole of life first. When your policy is a whole of life policy, that means your policy is running until you drop.
Yes.
So even if you are 100 years, the policy is running. Term assurance, you do it for a period of time,
Yeah.
maybe 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years. So with the whole of life, it's a bit expensive compared to the life insurance. So usually we do it for people who are 50 and over.
Yes.
So the policy will be running until you drop.
Okay.
Now, with the whole of life, we have 2 main categories. We have one that we ask you medical questions, and then we have another one we don't ask you any medical questions.
Okay.
Now, the one that we ask you medical question is a bit lesser. I mean, the premium is a bit lower compared to the one that we don't ask you medical question.
Yeah.
Now, we ask the normal question that we ask anyone when they are doing life insurance. We take your weight, your height. We ask you your health your health ever, your health in the past 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, and 3 months. Now, if everything is okay, if you don't have any serious issue, then the policy is accepted right away. Sometimes they may have to go to your GP for your medical report. I mean, if your GP, once they receive the report, sometimes they will accept you and they will increase your premium based on the medical information. Sometimes when it goes to your GP and your GP sends them the report, based on the report, they will decline you.
Okay.
Yes, so there may be 5 outcomes of that. So that is the one that we ask you medical questions. Then the one that we don't ask you any medical question, these policies have been designed for people who have medical issues already. Okay. Like someone who has had stroke, or someone who had cancer, or maybe HIV, or Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and then someone whose BMI is huge. I mean, I've come across some people, their weight is massive. So such people, when they stand on the scale, I mean, when we do policy that we ask you medical questions, they will decline you because of your weight. So I take them to the policy that we don't ask you any medical questions. So for me, I have a policy for everyone. If you know someone who has a medical issue, who is struggling to have a policy, I have a policy for them all. I mean, if you had cancer before, I have a policy for you. So that is how the whole of life works. Then let's look at the term assurance. As I said, you are doing the term assurance for a period of time. And the term assurance too, we have 2 main categories. We have long term and short term. Now, if you take any policy up to your retirement, let's say 65, 68, or 70, that's the term that you want the policy to run. It's a short term, let's say up to 70 years. Now, what it means is that from now till you are 70, if you should pass away, then they pay the money to your family. But if at 70 you are still alive, then your policy has come to an end, and you don't get anything back. It ends the policy. The money that you've paid, everything is gone. Now somebody will ask, why do I have to do that? I mean, we do that one mainly, maybe you want to protect your children whilst they are still with you in the house. I mean, if you have children and you pass away, how are they going to go to school, or how are they going to take care of themselves? So your life insurance will give them a lump sum. So some people decide that, okay, by 70, my children would have left the house. So even if I should die after 70, I'm okay, or my children will be okay. So that's what people do up to 65 or 70. And then we have the long-term one. Anything from 80, 85, 90 is a long-term life policy. And that one, the premium goes up a bit because it increases the chances for your family to get the money one day. I mean, when it comes to UK, if you look at the stars, from 70 to 80, that's where most people die. So when you do long-term policy from 80, 85, 90, your premium goes up a bit. But the chances that your children will get the money is higher. And then if you do up to 70, I mean, some people die, but the stars that we have, most people live beyond their retirement age. Okay? So if you do up to 70, 65 or up to 70 and nothing happens, everything is gone. The policy comes to an end. And sometimes the problem may be with that one is that if at 70 you may want to do a new policy, now your premium is going to be high because of your age at that time. If you are taking a new policy at 70, obviously you're going to pay more because of your age. That is one problem. And number 2, in case you've been diagnosed of a health condition. I mean, at 70, most people develop so many health issues.
That's right.
Yeah. So this health issue or the health problem can increase your premium, or it can even prevent you from getting a policy. So if your health condition prevents you from getting a policy, then we have to do the one that we don't ask the medical question. And that is quite expensive.
That's quite expensive.
I mean, I do it for people. Sometimes if I look at the money that someone is paying for that money, if they are taking a policy when they were young, they wouldn't be paying that. So that's why I always advise people, do these policies when you don't have any health issue, or when you are young. Because the moment you hit 50 going, then your premiums tend to go up. But then when you are young, 30, 35, up to 40, your premium is low. So we should always try as much as we can to do it whilst we are young and when we don't have any health issue.
Yes, so you have a message. Nanaya says, good morning to you both, and thank you so much, Kinji, for bringing this knowledgeable man to your studio. Oh, thank you too. So, he says, my question is, I have had my insurance for 10 years now, and during the period, I was diagnosed with terminal illness. Would that increase my premium?
No, I mean, once you've taken the policy 10 years ago, it's what about at the time of taking the policy. So when you took the policy, you were not having any health issue. Now that you have terminal illness, it doesn't affect your policy. Your policy is still running. I mean, if the doctors say that you have less than a year to live, they will pay your life insurance for you.
Oh, they will pay it for you once you live.
Yes.
You live in.
Yes.
Oh, I
see,
see.
Earlier on, I said that there are two conditions that they will use to pay life insurance:
terminal.
death and terminal illness.
Perfect.
Now, if you have terminal illness, as I said, someone can be there for 5 or 10 years. But if doctors say that within 1 year of your terminal illness you will pass away, they will pay your life insurance.
Okay.
Except one company, let's say Guardian. For them, if you have terminal illness, whether you spend 10 years or 5 years, they will pay your money to you.
Okay.
Once you be diagnosed of terminal illness, they will pay the money.
Okay.
Okay. So to answer her question again, you shouldn't worry that you have terminal illness now. Your policy is running. You don't have to call them unless you have a year to live. Then they will pay the money. But your terminal illness now will not affect your policy because you took the policy 10 years ago.
Yes.
And that's the reason why we have a policy called critical illness cover. Now, if you take critical illness cover, what it means is that in case you are diagnosed of a critical illness in the future, then they pay you.
Yeah.
So when you took the policy, they ask you all the medical questions and you answer them all. If everything was okay, you don't have to worry at all.
Okay, thank you so much. Eunice is saying that good morning to you. I want to know a little bit about health insurance plan.
Okay. Health insurance plan is also called private medical insurance. Now, it's an annual policy. You renew it every year.
Yeah.
Now, what it means is that it is not to replace NHS because NHS is doing a fantastic job in UK.
Yes.
Now, but sometimes you may have to follow a long queue. So for you to avoid queuing, then you take up private medical insurance. It takes care of the cost in taking a private medical health. So let's say you don't want to follow NHS queue. So when they have to do let's say some investigation, because you have private medical insurance, you go to a private hospital and your private medical insurance takes care of that. So always you may have to go to your GP first. You have to go to your GP first for your GP to refer you.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so once the GP refers, because like what happens in UK here is that any time you are sick, your first point of call is your GP. So your GP will refer you to the main hospital.
Yeah.
Maybe go to King's College Hospital or go to this hospital.
Yeah.
Now, if you have private medical insurance, once the GP refers you, you call your company, and then they will direct you, go to this hospital for them to do it for you. So your private medical insurance will pay for the cost.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if someone has cancer, it will take care of it. So it takes care of acute conditions, not chronic conditions.
Okay.
When we say acute condition,
Yes.
something that we can cure.
Okay.
Or so that you can come back to work.
You can come back
But
to
chronic
life.
disease, chronic stays there. They can only manage. So PMI or private medical insurance doesn't take care of chronic. No, it takes care of only acute conditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for example, if possibly you want to do insurance, and you've gone to the hospital and the doctor said maybe you have pre-diabetes or you have a certain illness that is developing, and it is the time that you want to do your insurance. Will the insurance give you that, or they will ask you to wait till your medical, maybe you're doing blood tests for those checkups, and then they said, you want to do the insurance, can they reject you or they can give you the plan?
Okay, good question. Now, when you are doing the medical disclosure, there's something we call, in insurance, you have something we call Uberman Fidei, utmost good faith.
Okay.
You have to be honest. Okay? Now, when we are doing the medical questionnaire or disclosure, there's always a question that asks you, do you have any impending investigation? Or are you waiting for a test result?
Okay.
Or has your GP asked you to contact them? Or are you waiting for a call? All these questions relate to an investigation which is about to be done.
Please. And for those listening to us on radio, thank you so much for joining us. Our time is running. We may be off from radio, but we are continuing on Facebook for a few minutes before we run out. We run away. So please stay with us.
Okay. So you have, as I said, when we are asking you the medical questions, they'll ask you, are you waiting for a medical investigation, a test result, or have you been asked to make a call, or you are waiting for a call? You have to say yes if you are waiting, or you are waiting for a test result. Now, anytime the answer to that question is yes, they will postpone your application. But they don't know the outcome of the investigation. So if your GP has told you that you have pre-diabetes or you have diabetes, that one, it means they've done the test. And they've come out with the conclusion that you have pre-diabetes or you have diabetes. So that one, we will have to indicate it on the application.
Okay.
Now, when you have diabetes, you get a policy. Few occasions, there are few people, about let's say 5-6 people who have diabetes and they couldn't get a policy from me. Because there's something in diabetes we call HbA1c. That's a test that they do to check your sugar level in your blood. If the result is high, then they may decline you. And they also ask you further questions. Have you been having tingling, numbness, or sores, ulcers? When it's yes, because of the diabetes, they will not give you a policy. But by and large, I mean, most people who have diabetes have got policies for me.
Okay.
If your diabetes test is normal and everything is okay, you get a policy, but then your premium will go up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then your premium will go up. I want to recognize my Facebook lovers and family members. Kathy Babes Lowe says, good morning, Queen G. O2 Patrick says, good morning. Good morning to you all, and thank you for joining us. Nana Abba is writing to us from Ghana. She says, hello, brother, how are you doing? I don't know if you know someone called Nana Abba. She's greeting you. And she says,
thank you very much.
Would you love to say what you said in the Ghanaian language for us? We are all listening.
I'll do it in Ghanaian language too. I'll do it.
So in brief, say it in Ghanaian language for us.
Okay, the American say insurance at the papa. Insurance, the main purpose is to bring you back. Baby, I now at the range chamber tour. Now say life insurance po na wo but what Jessica ama we bushian for. Because the nipa be more or less you die with your income. Juma she say I'm a breadwinner for my family. Na me pegu na se me no tum sisi a me re ne me ma ombombe den. They say my life insurance say sika pudio no e de be ma me re ne me ma no de ato abrabo no so. Say wo car insurance o car is involved in an accident. Insurance will give you money. Say what to wo fie na wo building insurance. Na say ija ato wo fie ho no ma. Insurance no ba be si ama. Say wo content insurance only me wo fie nyina insurance will give you money. And insurance there idea say obi atumi ye. Men tie say obi aka say insurance no obi ye bi wantua. No kro wo me say On say na me can be a friend of medical disclosure.
Yes.
Ebia na wo insurance one can no kro ewo. One can no kro na BBC they will not pay. Dey bia nipa na o kasa asem kire no. All your insurance no one can no kro. Me within the week here me call baby and nipa na your insurance for 13 years. Me fear mo me ka say insurance no enye papa. Because nipa no wonya yare bi pen. Me pese me boy yare ni. But say yare no
One kind of
or catch on bet also ko in a bank. But all man fan show. Until me chair me friend about to be say yare we ho no questions no ma taking no. I say or take yes. Or take yes and come for policy ni man no.
Okay.
And now what keep in documents for 13 years. Now insurance we are do documents bro.
Yes.
Say she must say error bi o ma na why. And I'm say one year I do internet just say wadia to mu say the policy you okay.
Oh, you okay.
Such occasions to be say here omuntua because omu be call GP ho akoje o medical report. Nti the make say insurance no e de baba maintain the obi can. E be say wo benya unua bia ɔte utwi kasa ana ɔte wo language no aba won chen no abechechire mu wo ade no ɛyɛ technical thing say one tiase a wobetuma yɛ policy bia daach no mu ntua because one nye ne ye the American say medical ya me ke bu office say me wait me hide ɛhu hia pa me mo bia wo fi ma omo ntua enam say ni wait a ɔte so me obi a wo fi ma wo yɛ no wan ka say wonya cancer pen into omo ntua enti me say wo insurance kura frame me ba me ye review amount me ye expert me to me ahwe mu say o policy no aye papa na say nyanya papa say me ba na say o policy ye papa makoni pa bebre home policy ye papa me ka say o policy ye papa don't cancel it but obi won so a obahwem na say na nyanya papa me to me aye foforo amount enti me ye bibia life insurance so into there just take my number wo UK hankwan dia ye juma na ye no ye wo UK and in Northern Ireland.
Yes.
So wo Manchester akura metum no aye Zoom so. So wo London there I can drive to your house.
The phone number to drama ye embre na ye.
Nti me number na ye 079
Yes.
49 602 642.
We'll repeat it. 079
Yes. 49 602
602
642.
642. Into the contact no so we here so be church on mu year. Obetumi afre no na wa church on mu year. Nana Akwesi Godfred is giving you 5. And he says, Uncle, you are doing a good work for God and humanity.
Thank
Keep
you.
it up. So that is what he's saying to you. And do you, aside that, do you have any social media handles that you want to call out for people to follow you or something?
Me main one who's old school for Facebook.
Facebook, yes.
Yeah.
So what's the name on your Facebook?
Leonard K. AMOAH.
Leonard K. AMOAH.
Yeah.
You can follow him on Facebook for advice. And as we are going to run away, I want to know your final words. Can anyone become an insurance broker before your final words?
Yes, anyone.
And what qualification do you need?
I mean, number one, I say we are educated because materials no doors. Once say providers na me tomo no. Me Toma Aviva, Legal and General, Scottish Widows, Royal London, LND, Exeter, Guardian, Vitality, MetLife. It was so many providers. Many companies and they access financial services into your intermediary company. Your mortgage advisors and insurance advisors. But me only insurance.
Okay.
And all these providers, I say me who omo materials no omo policies ni na. And they say who you be a win marking kaya. A be tough amount. I say unya oya IT so kakra because ejuma no ye the computer na bibia. I mean me be kuma me IT small IT bi na me dey struggle. Any struggle. He say where say white ye poor obebre pa. Then the most important is that you should be passionate about this job. I mean ejuma they pay well. You have to be passionate. Into be a war desire say ubetumi nipa kasa you want to be church or money or memo say your insurance you want to be church the NTS or your insurance who you be a ultimate many party in your machine there ubetumi eye insurance me want now for bebra me catch on but almost the way I'm here no I mean they don't have that passion and then I'm person by. But oh, you're passionate in quantity.
We are passionate in quantity.
Yeah.
If you are passionate and you have customer service skills
Yes.
within you, then indeed you can become a broker, a consultant. So what qualification do you need?
I mean, say what could no. Say what? Okay, once you've been, you have a bit of education, then you have to apply.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call me, then we train you.
Yeah.
Once we train you and you are able to use the system, you can understand the policies available. You are able to explain what is life insurance, critical illness cover. When you go to a client, how are you going to tell them that, oh, you don't need this policy? This policy is okay for you. Because when you go to a client, they are, I would say, green. They don't know anything about the policy, or they've taken a policy and they didn't understand. You should be able to explain the policies to them. Now, okay, you are, let's say you are a nurse with NHS, and most nurses with NHS, they have sick pay for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay? And then, so they have 6 months full salary, and then after that, half salary.
That's right.
And then this person has taken income.
Depending on number of years that you've worked with them.
Yeah. And then you met this client, and the person has taken an income protection policy.
Yeah.
And there's something in income protection, we call it waiting period or deferred period. When you are sick, how long do you have to wait before they start paying you? And you look through the policy, and the waiting period is 2 months. Okay? This person has full salary for 6 months.
Yeah.
But his income protection is 2 months. That's a wrong policy. Because when NHS is paying your full salary, insurance will not pay you your full salary.
Yes.
The insurance will only come in after NHS has stopped. So if the person has taken waiting period of 2 months, I mean, what they are trying to say is that after 2 months, insurance should pay them and NHS too should pay them. That will be double salary. So even though this person has been paying, when the person is sick, the insurance will not pay. Because when you are sick, they will ask for your pay slips and your GP, and they will contact your employers. So if your employers should tell them, oh, we are paying this person for the next 6 months, insurance will not pay.
So you need to understand
the policy.
Yes. Thank you so much. I want you to give us your final words and your social media handles again, and we say our goodbyes.
Okay, so my final word is I've been in this industry since 2014. So I know more in this policy, more in this industry. Just call me. If you have to do it on Zoom, we can do it on Zoom. If I have to come to your house, I'll drive to your house. You need an advisor who knows these policies very, very well. An experienced advisor. And by God's grace, I'm an experienced advisor.
Amen.
So if you have a policy you don't understand, just call me. Just come, I'll come and review it for you. If you have to review the policy, do a new one, I'll do it for you. If I come, when I come and your policy is okay, I'll tell you your policy is fantastic. So just call me. I'm here to serve Ghanaians. I'm here to serve everyone.
Beautiful.
And I mean, people can testify that I'm doing a good job. So just call me. I'll give my number again, 079-49-602-642. You can send me a message on my Facebook or WhatsApp or an email. You can drop me an email. My personal email is leokamoah@hotmail.com. leokamoah@hotmail.com. Or leonard.amoah@accessfs.co.uk. That one is a bit complicated. So leokamoah@hotmail.com, and I'll get your message and I'll contact you.
Thank you so much. And Nanabwedu from Ghana says, wow, thanks so much. Thank you so much for joining us as well. And we are so grateful for your time.
Thank you.
I have learned a lot, and surely I will contact you.
Contact me.
So on that note, my wonderful viewers, thank you, and listeners, thank you so much for joining us today. We are very grateful for your time, and as always, I love you. So you too, love me and don't leave me. We shall meet next week with another fantastic topic. Bye-bye for now. Mr. Amoah, say bye to our viewers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.